Welcome to the Corner Faster Get Fast series. We are at Road Atlanta in the Porsche Cayman GT4, and this is laps 28 through 30 out of 50 laps to get up to speed using the iRacing simulator. Previously, we spent some time analyzing Road Atlanta, and most recently spent some time focusing on getting off the brake pedal and back on the throttle. Now we're going to work on our steering wheel input, and this video is all about focusing on getting to maximum steering wheel input on the way into each corner. So in this exercise on track, I'm actually overturning the wheel on purpose to make sure to get to that maximum wheel input in each of the 8 sweet spots around Road Atlanta. So by sweet spots, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the point in the corner where maximum rotation is happening, maximum cornering grip is available, and speeds are at their slowest. We've just released the brake pedal, just about to get back on the gas. It's at this point where we want to make sure that the steering input is at its maximum. So trying to work that out at each of those 8 spots around Road Atlanta, at the end of the 6 brake zones, and then at each of the 2 places where we lift into turn 4 and to the S's. So we know where we want to reach maximum steering, just how much are we talking? And we don't turn the wheel as much in fast corners as we do in slow corners typically, at least on the way in. And however, we do want to reach a point of maximum effective slip angle and maybe even go just beyond that, turning the wheel over into each corner. Now, why would we want to go beyond that? It's so that we can unwind the wheel through that sweet spot of effective slip angle through the apex. It's really through that apex where we're applying the power, where we want maximum grip to be available, as the weight is going to be shifting rearward and taxing the front tires to hang on. So if we can do as much as we can to make it easy for those front tires to point up the track by turning the wheel earlier in the corner, really that's the primary objective of turning the wheel, literally to get the car pointed up the track. Secondarily, by cranking the wheel over, we can scrub the car, scrub off a little bit of speed, and we can also control rotation by over cranking the wheel and introducing a little bit of understeer so we can settle the rear end. So that's the concept of what we're trying to do. We already talked about where we're trying to do it. We could take a look at Road Atlanta and just watch this happen into turn 1. Trying to get to maximum wheel input here before the apex so that we can unwind through the apex and then up the hill. Coming into turn 3, definitely want to make sure our wheel input is maximum right before this apex, so again we can lift off slightly and then continue to unwind out of that wheel input. Giving quite a bit of wheel input just before our lift into turn 4, and then at the top of the S's as well, straightening the wheel through the bottom of the S's. Into turn 5, quite a bit of steering wheel that we can unwind as we come through the apex. Moving up to turn 6, there's going to be quite a bit of wheel at the apex as we're unwinding after apex towards the exit. And then for turn 7, it's really the opposite. We want to get maximum wheel input early and then unwind quite a bit before we even get to the apex curb, so we can begin applying that throttle and get up the track. And again, these wheel inputs are exaggerated for the purpose of this exercise. Now coming into turn 10A, definitely want to maximize that wheel input between the 2 curbs so that we can unwind a little bit as we're coming off the second curb. And then again, into 10B, maximum wheel input just before that 10B apex curb if we can. So this is something that needs to be worked out with the brake release and the throttle application. Again, the pedals do most of the rotating, but by syncing up maximum wheel input at the right time, we can really help the car get pointed in a helpful direction and control that rotation a little bit further. So that wraps up turning the steering wheel into each corner at Road Atlanta. Stick around for the next video where we focus on unwinding. Thanks for watching.